Our correspondent Michael Voss joins us live from Havana. Michael, what do we know about his condition at this stage?
Mike, Alan Gross's U.S. Attorney Scott Gilbert's currently in Cuba and has been visiting him in the prison wing of the hospital where he's incarcerated. In an exclusive interview, he told me that physically, Alan Gross is in bad shape. He's lost the sight of one eye, and hip problems mean he can't exercise any longer. But it's Alan Gross's state of mind that concerns Scott Gilbert the most.
Alan indicated in May that this was the last birthday when he turned 65 that he would endure imprisoned in Havana, and he is quite serious about that. At this stage, Alan sees no objective evidence that any additional progress is being made, and he does not believe that he has a further reason to exist.
Do you think there's a risk that Alan Gross will try to take his own life in jail?
There is a very serious and real risk. I would say indeed at some point it will become a certainty.
Alan Gross was arrested in 2009. At his trial in 2011, he was sentenced to 15 years for smuggling banned satellite equipment to Cuba, bypassing the government's restrictions on internet access. Gross was a subcontractor for the U.S. Agency for International Development. The Cuban authorities consider it part of an ongoing USAID program to undermine the Cuban revolution.
The fact is that this USAID funded program was illegal in Cuba. The U.S. government knew it, and it sent Alan into Cuba nonetheless.
What about U.S. efforts to secure his release?
Well, I think the question is what attempts?
The State Department says that it raises the issue of Alan Gross every time it meets with Cuban officials.
That's the equivalent of standing on a mountaintop and calling for rain. What is necessary here is a negotiated resolution between two states, and that means the direct involvement of the White House and the President.
Cuba has offered to exchange Alan Gross for the 3 of the 5 Cuban intelligence agents who remain imprisoned in the U.S. So far, Washington has refused, saying that their cases are different. Alan Gross's imprisonment has always been a major stumbling block in efforts to improve relations between the two countries. His death could have much wider repercussions. Mike.
Michael Voss live for us in Havana. Thank you so much.